Plug.
Alright, so I know it's been like a whole month since I last uploaded on this channel, but the topic for today is something I've kind of wanted to talk about for a little while now, even though I'm a little bit late to this, but whatever. So last week at the time of this recording, I think it was like Sunday or maybe even the day before, Crunchyroll held their annual anime awards, and the choices they had for anime of the year this time were Apothecary Diaries, Dungeon Meshi, Frieren, Solo Leveling, Don and Kaiju number 8, which you got some really good choices in here like Frieren and Don. I haven't seen Apothecary Diaries personally, but I've literally only heard good things. But can y'all just guess who got the award instead? You know what, never mind. Y'all already know it was Solo Leveling, which I guess now would be a good time to talk about how I really feel about Solo Leveling. I had started reading it years ago, way before the anime even got announced, and I got over 70 chapters in. Now, I will give it its props. I think the concept itself is really cool, and the art and action are pretty well handled, if I must say. But honestly, aside from that, I really just don't get it, bruh. It's basically like if the first half of SAO was just an entire series, and also somewhat didn't have an interesting story. Listen, my whole thing with Power Fantasy series is that they're not inherently bad, but it really comes down to its execution. If it doesn't solely focus on the fights and I guess the aura farming of the main character, can't believe I just said that shit, and instead focuses on the character writing, the story, dynamics, and everything else, then I really don't have a problem with it. There are some Power Fantasy series that do this really well, and I've ended up enjoying some of them. But my thing with Solo Leveling is that it lacks in pretty much all those other areas, which is why it's so insane to me that it won over Frieren, a series that not only does the Power Fantasy concept better, but also succeeds in literally every other area that Solo Leveling doesn't. And I'm not even trying to glaze right now, but Frieren got robbed. A whole robbery took place that night, and everyone just sat and watched. That's tough. That's truly tough. But this ain't even all. Solo Leveling won basically every award it got nominated for, with the craziest one to me being Best OST, which it went up against Bleach 1000 Year Blood War Core 3. I truly don't even know how that shit happened. Speaking of which, Core 3 of the 1000 Year Blood War, despite being the best core so far, and should have definitely been nominated for Anime of the Year, only got like 3 nominations, and 2 of which it lost to Solo Leveling. And all of this brings me to my point that the Anime Awards have turned into a popularity contest, which to be completely honest isn't really news to anyone. Recently I saw a tweet that showed off all the Anime of the Year winners since 2017, and you can definitely tell around 2020 that there was a shift. Not saying that any of the anime that came out 2020 onwards didn't deserve it, but it's very clear that the ones that got the awards were definitely the most popular to come out those years. I mean, in 2017 you had Yuri on Ice win. Despite being released in a climate where My Hero, Mob Psycho, and ReZero were some of the hottest new shows at the time, it still received the award. I don't think we're ever gonna see something like this happen again, at least not for a long time. Anyways though, unless Don season 2 pulls through, or One Punch Man season 3 completely wows us, then Solo Leveling season 2 is probably gonna win again next year. And yes, I did say season 2. This year they were only counting season 1 for all of its awards. Just let that sink in. But real talk though, if you're a fan of Solo Leveling, there's nothing wrong with that. And if you disagree with me, then that's fine. At the end of the day, it's just anime. But with all that being said, like the video, subscribe to the channel, also subscribe to my main if you haven't already. And yeah, I'm out of here.